And we are rolling on part 2 of our film speeches on this beautiful day on July 20th, where there is no princess outside, but still it's a beautiful day. And the sunshine is shining. And we just heard Ian tell us 3 ways that the film moves. And now we want to give Ian some feedback. Would you like about Ian's speech?
Hi, I'm Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
I thought you were really nice and loud and projected, and you seemed very confident in your voice.
Undo your, I never cross your arm.
Your voice was really expressive, too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Voice was expressive. We did hear him improve on it.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angelo.
I liked your movement, although I did notice you tend to pace around a little bit when you were speaking.
Yeah. We want movement to be purposeful. And Angelo is right. You're a pacer, Ian. And so I'd like you to see you to deliver your intro, thesis, significant statement at the center, where you plant your feet, stand and deliver, do not pace. Take 3 steps to the left to tell you the first way the film moved you. Take 5 steps to the left to tell us the second way the film moved you, and then come back to the center for the third way the film moved you for your summary, conclusion, tie back. Well, let me say some positive things first, and then let me say how you can improve, okay? I'm glad you brought this movie to the attention of this class. And it's an important movie and subject, and it can't be talked about enough. So thank you for that. You started with a rhetorical question, which is not my favorite way to start a speech, but it is one of the 5 or 6 ways you can start a speech. You can start with a poem, a quote, a story, a joke, right? But you chose to start with a question, and you chose to talk about vaccines and chemotherapy, and then you're steepling like you're feeling superior. Never steeple, okay? Never do that, okay? And then you segued into what the movie was about. And finally you told us, and in different order than you actually gave it, it was frustrated, angry, and dedicated to achieving your goal, right? Yeah. Okay. That was sort of okay in the beginning, so that I want you to remember when I give you a prompt to not give it to me in paragraph form, but outline form with Roman numerals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'll have all the parts, because that's where you fell down. You didn't really have all the parts. So, now here's the big problem, Ian, and I feel that I didn't explain well enough to everyone in the class what the assignment was. So I apologize for not being clear. But the assignment was not for you to tell us how you went to a movie and it moved you. The movie moved you, but for you to share with us some parallel situations in your life that reminded you of things that happened in the movie. You remember them, you felt sense them, and then you communicate that emotion. That was the assignment. And that's what you didn't do 3 times. And if I didn't make that clear, I apologize. Did you notice other people sharing personal stories?
Yeah.
Just tell me, why didn't you share personal stories?
I think I wrote some, but I felt more comfortable.
Not being personal.
Oh, not being personal?
Why weren't you personal?
Before that, I didn't know the assignment that good, but
Okay.
I didn't share like more personal stories because I didn't know how I felt. I could feel related to the story, but it moved me a lot.
Okay, I got you. In the future, if you're unclear about what the assignment is, come and talk to me or your study buddy or something. And I want to make sure that it's real clear. So I'm sorry I didn't make it clear. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about what you did share. And, they did rip her off, and they found that she was unique, and they stole her stuff and did all these experiments about her, and that was wrong. And we should all feel angry about that and frustrated. And you second way amazed, certain death, but again, no personal stories, and dedicated, no personal stories. Now, at the end of that, you should have said, in summary, and you did, 3 ways: dedicated, frustrated, and amazed. Then in conclusion, there should be no doubt in this room that this film really moved me, and then a tie back to your introduction about vaccinations. So that would have been a better way, a more effective way to complete the assignment, okay? But otherwise, you did a good job, Ian. Thank you. Okay, next. All right. Gentlemen on deck. Yeah, good. Okay, rock and roll.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
Well, you're wearing white.
I know, sorry, I forgot. It's amazing how one film can make you feel so many different emotions. A single event in a person's life can change their entire future and can change how they make relationships and connections with other people. Today I want to share with you a film named Lion. It made me feel terrified, it made me feel pain and happiness. This film deals with some significant themes that I know you'll be interested in. As Mark Hughes says in Forbes, it's sensitive, smart, powerful, and one of the best films of 2016. I agree with this because I think it has so many different emotions in the film, and it's important for you to see how a person can go up and down in life. The first way that this film made me feel was terrified. The incident in the film that made me feel terrified was when Saru, the little boy in the film, went with his older brother, Gudu, to go to work one day. They eventually got to work and they arrived at the workplace, and Saru fell asleep on a bench, and so Gudu decided that he was going to go to work and he'll come back to get Saru later on. Saru then woke up on the bench and found that no one was near him, and he never saw his brother again. The way that this connects to me in my life is that when I was a younger girl, I was actually attached to my mom by the hip, and once we were in a store and she was looking through the clothing and I started gazing off, and I realized that she was nowhere near me in sight. I then started freaking out, yelling, crying, until I found her. This made me feel terrified because I didn't know if I was going to see my mom again, just like Saru never saw his brother again.
Good.
The second way that this film made me feel was it made me feel pain. The incident in the film that made me feel pain was when Saru couldn't form connections and relationships with other people because he held all his emotions inside. The way that this connected to me in my life is because when my father's father passed away, And my father kept all his grief inside and didn't share any of his emotions with other people. And this actually made people stray away because he wouldn't share his grief with other people. I felt pain from this because to this day, my dad still holds in his emotions, and just like Saru held in all his emotions when he lost his family. The third way that this film made me feel was happiness. The incident in the film that made me feel happiness was when Saru actually reunited with his biological family. After months and months of searching for his family, he eventually found them, and it was a true moment of happiness. And the way that this connects to me in my life is I actually went abroad for a year, and I actually was very homesick. And I was able to live my everyday life because I knew that there was an end goal in sight. And I felt so happy when I reunited with my family. But knowing that Saru reunited with his family brought such happiness to me while watching this film. So in summary, I've showed you 3 different ways that this film has moved me. It made me feel terrified, pain, and happiness. I couldn't relate to this movie, and when I was watching it, it pulled me in so many different directions. I really enjoyed it, and there should be no doubt in this room that this film moved me. This film made me feel so many different emotions, and I realized how one incident can change your entire life.
Thank you. Time. 408. What do you like?
Hi, I'm Ludovica.
Hi.
I like
What's your name?
Ludovica. Ludovica.
Ludo.
Yeah.
Hi, Ludo.
I like how she moved. It was very natural.
Moved very smoothly from side to side, didn't she, Ludo? Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
You should improve on having more confidence and knowing your speech better.
Yeah. You have the structure down perfectly. You hurt your credibility a little bit with a note card. Let's talk about Lauren and her memory. Do you not trust it? Do you not have a memory? Tell me, let's just talk about memory, okay?
No, I just felt more comfortable having a note card, I guess. But I just felt like I didn't know the speech well enough, so
Yeah.
I decided to.
Well, practice it at least 6 times. You won't need a note card. You'll increase your credibility. If you speak the speech aloud with the 7 parts by sounding like this, first I'll have an intro that will talk about emotion, then I'll talk about my thesis, which will be lions, and I'm going to say it's going to be terrified, pain, and happiness, and I'm going to have a statement, which I'm going to quote Mark Hughes, and I'm going to have, see what I'm saying? Say what you're going to do, rehearse it, say it like that, so you know what you're going to say, and then try doing that backwards so you don't just know it forward. I found that's an effective memory technique that will help you remember. But my experience has been that if you work with a live person holding your card, and you'll never use your memory if you don't challenge it. It's like any muscle. So if you rely on your card, you're just going to be a baby all your life. I don't mean to be rude, but you're at a university now, okay? So cards have to go out the window, okay? We're done with cards, okay? All right. Back to reality. Lion, good movie. Terrified, pain, and happiness. Excellent thesis. SIG statement, excellent, perfectly done. Chicago citation, perfectly executed. Terrified, yeah. And I felt your tear at being lost in your mind. I felt you actually doing the felt sensing. I felt you bringing back the emotion from that day in that department store or wherever it was. And that was effective. And I felt an emotional connection that was very strong there. That was effective and that was good. On pain. Told us about your father losing his father, and you said your father was a strong, silent type that keeps it all inside, and this causes you pain. What you didn't explain is why it causes you pain. Why does it pain you? Why does it pain you that he's so buttoned up, buttoned down, and keeps it all inside? We don't know. We don't know why you have this pain because you have an uptight father, right? But it's viable, but you didn't explain it and didn't re-feel it and felt sense it. So do that, okay? That I'm sure you feel it, but you didn't explain it. Happiness. Yeah, this was a good one. You were homesick in Australia. And what you didn't say is when you finally got home, I felt so happy to see my family after 1 year of absence. I felt so happy. Say those words. Remember how you felt and re-feel it again. That's felt something, and we'll feel it too. Summary perfect, conclusion perfect, tie back perfect. Can I just make good eye contact, walk at the right moments, and speak slowly? How'd it go?
I think there's like room for improvement always.
Yeah. I didn't slow down, and you can elaborate more on your emotions. You had a full 45 seconds, so take it. And the big lessons here. Thank you. Okay, next.
Professor, I have a question. I'm really quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay, be going up there on deck. Go over there.
You said it's helpful to repeat the speech backwards and forwards.
Yeah, and
And
sideways.
Say intro, say the
Speak it out loud, yeah.
Yeah, the outline.
Speak it out loud, the outline aloud, yeah. Speak it aloud. So she would say, I'm going to have an intro from the sky. I'm going to have 3 emotions and say the emotions. Then I'll have a quote from the New York Times. Then I'll have 3 emotions, laugh, and then I'll talk about how happy I was with my family, and cry, I'll turn angry, I'll talk about my dad. And that will be enough in speaking it out for you to then be able to extemporaneously recall and bring it up. Be able to do it. Okay? Rock and roll. Do I have your outline? Yes, I do. Okay. It's a little light on the dress, on the blouse, but I guess we'll have to live with it. Okay, rock and roll.
Hi, I'm Linda.
Hi, Linda.
I believe most people are pretty familiar with apes since a lot of movie storylines are based on apes. And our ancestors, to some extent, have some connection with them. So today, I want to introduce a film called The Planet of the Apes. And in his review of Planet of Apes episode, Hughes said that Wolf of the Planet of Apes is the best film of 2017. From my perspective, since it's only July, it's a bit hard to make a conclusion. So, but if we just compare it with all the films were released, I would definitely agree his statement. So this film really moved me in 3 ways. It made me feel angry, feel depressed, and made me feel pathetic. So the first way this movie really made me angry is because the scene when the human beings try to attack apes, use some highly advanced weapons such as bombs, rifles, and some really powerful weapons. And in this case, there's no way for apes to protect or defend themselves. And this brings me remind that I had a husky when I was a child. His name is Luke. To me, he was not only a pet, but also my family. And one day, when I played with him at a park, some naughty children just started to throw stones at him. I was feeling so angry, but I couldn't do nothing because I was only a child. And in this case, I can totally sense the feeling when someone tried to attack my family, and which made me really angry.
Good.
And the second way this movie really made me feel depressed is when a number of apes were caught by humans, and they were forced to do a lot of works for them, such as moving really huge rocks, branches, and something really heavy. And this thing made me really depressed is because
your grandfather has hallucinations,
Oh, yeah.
and your
Yeah.
uncle is not very
because my
sympathetic.
uncle sometimes doesn't treat my grandpa really well. He is 82 years old. Since he gets older, he starts to have some hallucination and some weird dreams. When he tried to tell us that what happened to him, like most family members will listen to him and told him that's not real, so don't worry about it. Except my uncle teases at him. So it really made me depressed because I wonder why can we give more respect to those elders.
Good.
And the third way that this movie really moved me, it made me feel pathetic. Because in the movie, like the Caesar, the leader of the ape, told all his fellows like ape together strong. Whereas human beings, they try to kill each other in order to protect themselves. I don't have any personal experience in relating to this, but this reminds me that what is happening in the Middle East, in particular in Syria. The ISIS has fought with like Syria and nearby countries for several years, and led millions of deaths. And I saw a little boy's body floating on the sea through the news, and millions of refugees are forced to leave their home country, which make me feel really pathetic. Is because apes, they understand like being stick to each other makes them strong, but human beings do not understand this principle. And in summary, I've shown you 3 ways how this movie really moved me. It made me feel depressed, it made me feel angry, and it made me feel pathetic. And in conclusion, I would say sometimes apes are smarter than human beings because they know when they're united, they get stronger. So I believe it's time for us to rethink what we have been doing. And in this room, I hope there's no doubt that this movie really moved me. And thank you for your listening.
Thank you. Where are we?
Hi, everyone. I thought your speech was really good. I liked your stories and like your projection, your voice.
Yeah.
Hi, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
An improvement you can make is probably make eye contact with the whole entire room.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Linda. Yeah. Good speech. You have a habit of putting your hands together, like do it right now, and holding them, pinching yourself a lot when you speak. Do it right now. Do how you do. Put your hands together. You do this a lot, so don't do that. Shake your hands out. Let them be by your side and gesture. But don't let this be one that you do a lot. Okay? Minor point, but it's a little distracting. Well, your intro was a good afternoon. I'm Linda, and you said, I believe most people are familiar with apes and ape storylines. I don't know if that was a poem, a quote, a story, a joke, or a rhetorical question, or just an observation, but those are the ways you're supposed to start a speech. Okay? So have one of those as a way so you have something more meaty to tie back to. Okay? So you didn't have much to tie back to because all you had was the plot summary, which you didn't get to tie back to very much. On your thesis preview, you decided to get right into the movie review before you got to the thesis preview. No harm, no foul. That was fine. And you had the nice Chicago citation here at the bottom. You gave a rather long response to, what was the time, by the way?
Oh, 5:44.
5:44. Oh my God. Yeah, so you had a little bit overtime. So you want to watch that and cut things out like that. You can just say, I agree, or I don't agree that this is the best movie, or I'm not sure it's the best movie, but you want to do a long explanation about it. But finally you did give us your thesis preview, so I was worried you forgot it, but then you gave it after your significant statement, which is okay, but should have come before, but no harm, no foul. On angry, yeah. You told us about your dog, Husky, was the type of dog you had named Luke, who some children threw rocks at it and it ran away. Did you ever get it back? No? Oh, he was gone forever. Oh, that's kind of sad. Oh, sad to hear that. But you did return and you said why it made you angry and probably frustrated and a little impotent to feel that you couldn't do anything about it because the dog was a member of your family and they basically violated a member of your family, right? And that's why you felt angry. That was a good felt sensing of an incident that happened before, so that was well done. On depressed, you had a short plot summary. It was short enough. You forgot, then you remembered it was your uncle that wasn't very respectful to your grandfather, who's having some dementia hallucination, and he doesn't have the patience to listen to them. Instead, he wants to make fun of him. And you said, and this makes me depressed. So that was good, because he doesn't respect the elders. That was good. On the third way, you said, it made me feel pathetic. And that's kind of a tricky emotion to communicate. And here you didn't have a personal parallel story, but you talked about Syria and ISIS and this sort of thing, and people, fleeing a country, and made you feel that this was a pathetic situation. Your summary was fine. You finally, after a lot of talking got to your conclusion, which is there should be no doubt in this room that the planet of the apes really moved. Again, you want to have these Roman numerals on your outline so you don't skip any parts. Canize, be more confident, be more fluent, and have more body language. And by the way, when you walk from side to side, 3 steps there, 5 steps there, and come back and end up in the middle of the room. And don't turn to the side so much. Keep your face on your audience as you're walking, okay? So how did those goals go? Did you achieve them, or what's your self-evaluation of how well you achieved your goals?
Well, I would say achieve part of them.
Uh-huh. What could you do better, Linda?
Well, try not to be that nervous and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, more practice with a live person, you know. And I say if you're not confident, fake it till you make it. You know, just pretend you own the room. And practice with a live person. The more you practice without a card and you see yourself that you can do it, you will become more confident. You won't stammer and stutter, and you'll come up and do it. Okay? Thank you. How many do we have left? 1? Holy, where are y'all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I want to show you. Let's keep this on the screen so they can watch it tonight too again. Can you watch the? Oh, show it on the video, yeah. Just let this continue to record when I put it up on the screen.
Okay. Yeah.
So you kind of focus it.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, I'm going to show you a. Are you disappointed? So, I'll talk as I set up the screen. You take out your prompt for the PC speech. Everybody know why this keyboard isn't working? What did I say before is the purpose of this assignment?
The
Be authentic. Share something about yourself that you normally wouldn't share. Okay? And I'm going to show you an example of somebody that was really authentic. And she did it in the context of her personal commitment. Okay. Can you read the date of the PC speech off the front of my red folder, please?
11, 10, 15.
11, 10, 15. Ooh, perfect. Okay, are you ready?
Want to turn up the lights?
Please, would you? Yeah. This person was very authentic about herself, about her personal commitment, and I want you to be as honest as this woman. Why are we not getting a signal? I don't know. Oh, we have a signal now? Yeah. I told her to take her coat off because it would interfere with her speaking. So here we go.
Oh, he's faster a little bit than 15 to walking. There you go.
You can follow the parts in your problem.
Amy stands before you, managing attention in the power stand. Communicating respect. She's got her book open fast. Saying to yourself, I respect my audience. Finding friendly eyes near the front and center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi, I'm Amy.
Hi, Amy.
So, everyone has flaws, and many of us have a very specific list in our memory bank of what we believe these flaws are. An author, Lisa Pappas, once said, "You are your own worst enemy." If you can stop expecting impossible perfection from yourself and others, you may be able to find the happiness that has always eluded you. I can very confidently and sadly say that I am in no doubt my own worst enemy. So today I'm going to share with you why I am personally committed to being nicer to myself. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to this, and 3 actions that I'm taking to help me achieve my personal commitment. The reason why I'm sharing this today is because I believe it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and many people could definitely be nicer to themselves. And so I hope that by sharing my actions and what I'm doing, it can inspire everyone here to do this as well. So the first reason why I'm personally committed to being nicer to myself is to help my anxiety. Anxiety is a psychiatric disorder which in my case directly affects an autoimmune disorder I have called eczema, which is a dry, red, small rash. So my anxiety is something that I struggle with constantly, but it is heightened in situations where I have to make friends with people I've never met before, or be in a new place for a long period of time that I've never been before, or just be in uncomfortable social scenes. So basically freshman year. And the summer before freshman year, I was extraordinarily nervous and anxious, and there was this voice in my head telling me, you know, making friends is too hard. Who would want to be friends with you? Who would want to hang out with you? And I became very anxious, and my anxiety got worse, and my eczema was everywhere, covering my legs, and it was just awful. And this makes me upset because if I had been more confident in myself in being able to transition, I think that I would have had a much better time doing so, especially since I ended up transitioning really well. It would have been really nice to have that confidence in myself. The second reason why I'm personally committed to being nicer to myself is to help my self-image. When it comes to my body, I could not be meaner to myself. There are many people who think that being skinny is the key to being happy with your body, and I am someone who can tell you that those people are idiots because it is most definitely not the key. And even though I am thin, there are so many things that I wish I could change about myself. My roommate once told me that it's unfair that I'm so thin without having to work at it because I don't have metabolism. But as soon as she said this, all the things that I hated about myself came to mind. And when I looked in the mirror, all I could see was my acne, my small boobs, my lack of hips, my pale skin, my frizzy hair, my big nose, and so much more. And this makes me sad because I wish that I was someone who didn't place such a high worth on looks or just could care less about my appearance in general. So now I'm going to share with you 3 actions that I'm taking to help me improve on my personal commitment. The first action that I'm taking is that I have decided to readjust how I think of social media and my presence on it, and start basing, my pictures and what I post on social media for things that I like and I enjoy, and not, judge what people think of me based on how many likes I get or how many followers I have. The second action that I'm taking is that I'm basing self-worth off the actions that I take, not the grades that I receive or the items that I have in my life. The third action that I'm taking is that when I look into the mirror, I tell myself that I'm beautiful and I'm worth it, and I'm stopping comparing myself to others. So fourth, the way that this made me feel was basically instant relief and happiness. It's very hard to stop comparing yourself to others and doing things like this, but I'm working at it, and it provides me with better feelings towards each day. So in summary, I've told you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to being nicer to myself, and 3 actions that I am taking to do so. There is a long way to go before I'm able to stop comparing myself to others and complete these actions fully, but I am working on it. So there should be no doubt in this room that I am personally committed to being nicer to myself. And as I said, it's going to be a while before I'm 100%, 24/7 happy with how I treat myself. But I'll probably always be my own recipient. However, everyone has flaws, and the flaws are what make us who we are, and I'm happy who I am. So thank you.
5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Was she real?
Yes.
Did she share some parts of her life that you normally wouldn't hear about?
Yes.
Like
Eczema. Air conditioning.
eczema. She was so frightened of meeting new people that she turned red. She was covered all over her body with splotches. Right? How did she self-evaluate herself? She said when she looked in the mirror, what did she see? Imperfection. Big nose, no boobs, flat ass, on and on. Right? Was that real?
Yeah.
You betcha! And that's what I'm looking for. Okay? You got it? Okay, what's our time? We're over. Okay, we will finish the PCs and A's raise your hand.